Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to this Holy Grail Games Live. My name's Jamie. I'm here with Georgina.
Hello.
And we are here today for the launch of Rallyman Dirt, which we have already funded.
We have.
We didn't even have time to finish speaking French.
No.
And we'd funded.
It's true. 18 minutes.
Yes.
That's the fastest we've ever done.
I think so, yeah.
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 So
it's, thank you all so much. If you guys are watching,
Yes.
have backed already, thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. We really are grateful. It's
We were already super hyped for this one.
Yeah.
And even more so now. Like I
yeah,
said, we didn't-
definitely.
So the last video we did, if you guys stopped in and thought, what is this weird language they're speaking? So we were talking with our French backers. Obviously, we're a multilingual company. But now we've done French, so now we go on to the English. So we're doing this a bit later than we normally do, obviously, to give our American colleagues a little bit of a chance to join in. Obviously, the timing isn't perfect, but we do what we can from this side of the Atlantic.
Yes,
you get it.
we do.
Anyway.
So yeah, we'll be looking at our various devices to answer your questions as we go along. The aim of this video is we are gonna answer any questions that you have about the Kickstarter, maybe give a quick presentation of what the game is if you don't know that already, and then we're gonna play. And this time I'm gonna win.
No, we're here to hang out, basically. We're gonna play some Rallyman. We ended the game on the French live stream. It was pretty tense. We were going into the third from last corner, everything to win. Georgina, drop behind me.
Only slightly.
Only slightly. Only slightly. And only because I made a very long dice roll chain.
That's true, and also I had no brakes, so you know.
That doesn't help.
But who needs brakes?
Who needs brakes? This is Rally. Who needs brakes? A tree is a brake.
Yeah. just aim for that rock over there.
Anyway, good evening, folks. Jonathan, Aaron, Daniel, everybody that's here. If you have any questions, we're going to be playing, chatting, answering questions.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, gameplay, Kickstarter content, what's coming up. Obviously, we might not tell you much, but we can tell you something. Yeah. So, let's get down to it. Okay?
Let's do it. So Rallyman Dirt, it's a thing.
It is a thing. Now it's officially a thing. We've had so much fun working on this game. Like, I'm going to take this opportunity to thank all of the Rallyman community that's been supporting us since the game crowdfunded. Since we funded, 18 months ago now?
Yeah.
And when it was delivered at the beginning of this year, it's been in retail. The feedback's been amazing. It's been, dare I say, a critical and financial success, at least on our scale. It's been massive.
Yeah.
We're all really going back into reprint. Everybody's super hyped. You guys, you've absolutely blown me out of the water with everything. I mean, where do I even begin with the paint jobs on the tiny cars?
Oh my God,
the track
the paint
creators,
jobs?
the digital modules, the 3D printed storage solutions, so many rules modules, so many. So one which was so good, we've actually made it an official rule now, and it will be in Dirt. So, and it's in GT technically. It's just been absolutely fantastic. We could not have asked. But this is truly special in the reaction to a board game.
Yeah.
Absolutely
really
blown away by it. Absolutely blown away by it. Starting off for a quick question for Joe Wood. Do the dice packs for both games come in the All-In? No, the All-In does not have any dice packs in it. And without further ado...
The dice packs will be available as add-ons.
Yes.
But basically it's just to avoid making it more expensive than it needs to be. If you would like some extra sets of dice, then obviously you can get them. But, you know, we thought we wouldn't add them in.
It's not for everybody, but we know some people do like them. So there we go.
Dice.
Also, on the note of dice, just like in GT, should there be any other cars that might come along that require other dice, we will add those dice to the dice packs, just so you know. Anyway, hello from Spain, Alain, hope I'm pronouncing that right. And Jonathan Williams been dying to get a look at this. Good, because now you will.
Yes.
So, how does it work? How does all this work?
Well, before we get started, what you can see on the table here is a prototype.
Yes,
it's a very prototype-y prototype. What we are playing with are the tiles and the cards and the tokens are all the designs from Dirt. The dice and the cards that you will see on the table are from GT. The brown dice that you can see are very much prototype dice.
Yes.
They are going to be the orange leader dice included in Rallyman Dirt, and we will explain exactly what they are for. We didn't want to waste tons of plastic, so we haven't gotten them made in their sort of final form just yet, but they is coming, and they work just fine
and
as
they'll
they
look
are.
better than this.
They'll look just like these, which look great, and these do not.
Expertly stuck on by our own hands.
Yeah, these. I mean, look, we did our best.
We did our best. Anyway, so for many of you a lot of you might know, the first game we released in the Rallyman series under the Holy Grail Games umbrella, as it were, was Rallyman GT.
Yeah.
Rallyman, the 2009 version, so the original game by J.C. Bouvier, the author, who's still with us, who's done an amazing job in converting his favourite motorsport into a board game, as hopefully you'll see. The game was a rally game.
Yeah.
We did GT racing, so closed track racing, because we wanted to start off this more modern version with something a bit more interactive, something that also spoke to people a bit more, because rally is kind of an obscure sport, which is a real shame.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. Oh my word, like we have learned everything about rally over the past couple of months.
I've learned so much about rally over the past few months, sometimes more than I wanted to know.
The amount of times we've been sat in front of our computer looking at a video that JC sent us to like emphasise a rule or something.
They did what?
There is an anecdote that I am gonna spill during this race when we get to the jump, which is my favourite anecdote for the rules writing of this game, but that will come soon. For all of you, yes, JC as well. A flying start to the campaign. It was a flying start to the campaign. Thank you all once again.
Yeah.
So let's get into the meat and potatoes of it. Obviously, we're going to do a quick rules run through, speed through as we answer questions and everything else. A lot of the material you know and love is back.
Yes.
Obviously, we have cars, we have hexagonal tiles.
Yep.
There's 32 in the main game. The track possibilities are endless. They are only dirt/gravel.
Yes.
So that's one type of terrain, but if you've already seen the dashboards on the Kickstarter page, you'll know that, there's some other symbols there. We'll get to that later on. But for this track, we're just going on gravel, the traditional rally surface, shall we say.
Yep.
The dice are back, everything we know and love. So we have our famous gear dice, 1 through 6.
Yep.
These are the dice we use to move forward whilst accelerating or deaccelerating, which is very important when it comes to obstacles such as corners, or in this version, jumps, auto hazards, all that kind of cool stuff. We have our coast dice. They are back as well. They allow us to move forward whilst maintaining the same speed as the last gear dice we rolled. Also important for getting around corners. The brake dice is back, but you notice he hasn't got his buddies with him. There's only one in dirt. It's amazing how less effective braking is when you're going 90 miles an hour over gravel.
Yeah, I mean,
so you can't just hammer the brakes on a sharp corner now.
No.
And also we have, these new guys, these brown dice, obviously once again, prototype version.
Yes.
These are actually the same as the coast dice.
Yep.
But they are for the leader, hence why they are called leader dice.
So this is an actual phenomenon that exists in rally. So the first driver to go down a track, this is basically, nobody wants to be first when you start a rally. You don't want to be the first one. The first driver has to kind of go for the dirt hasn't been packed down yet.
They clear the way. They pack it down. They get rid of all the debris.
Yeah.
But it makes it trickier for them.
It does.
Represented by the fact that the leader dice actually have 2 danger symbols instead of 1.
Yeah.
So it is a coast dice, but it's slightly more dangerous, and it represents the fact that you are clearing the way for everybody behind you.
Definitely.
But don't worry, leaders. You get to impose your own stuff on the drivers that follow you. It's not all one way, don't worry.
No,
okay?
you can definitely throw some spanners in the works for the people who are following you.
Oh, yes. As you almost did in our last game.
I know. I
just dodged it. Anyway, so it's exactly the same principle.
Yeah.
We'll be putting down our dice to show the route we're going to take. We have speed limits on corners. We'll talk about them more in a second, because as you'll have noticed, the design is slightly different from GT.
It is.
We go through corners, we speed up, we slow down, and we end our turn in a certain gear.
Yeah.
We can roll those dice one by one.
Yep.
We can roll them all at once. Yes. If we roll them one by one, we can go, whoa, stop, when we start to accumulate too many warning signs.
Yep.
Or if we roll them all at once, we get second tokens. So you guys will remember focus tokens from GT. You got them when you did flat out moves, i.e. rolling your dice all at once, and they allowed you to secure your dice rolls later on. And in Dirt, they kind of do the same thing, but they have a secondary and almost more important purpose is they reduce your time at the end of a stage. Yep. They allow you to get a better time. So now you have a real question, do I stockpile these? Do I spend them? Rallyman Dirt is a much more strategic experience compared to Rallyman GT.
Yeah.
Rallyman GT is head-to-head racing. Mm-hmm. You're not against the track, you're against one another, and the other drivers are your biggest threat and the people you need to consider the most. In Dirt, whether it's because the obstacles are slightly trickier to tackle, you have the leader dice, you have less brake dice, it's you against the track. Now that doesn't mean it's a solo game though. There are rules for interacting between players, but just like in a real rally race, the depart is staggered.
Yep.
And so there will be like a round between each player. So cars aren't meant to catch up with one another, which doesn't stop them from doing it anyway. So there are rules to interact, but, you know, we'll get to them if we get to them. There's a lot enough to go to. Anyway, so, without further ado, who starts? Me?
Well,
you? Draw
I
at random?
started last time, so why don't you start?
I get to be the... You got fed up with those leader dice.
I did get fed up with those leader dice. I don't want those anymore.
They're very treacherous. Okay, so I am blue. I'll be going first. So, same rules for movement. You always have to move forward. You have to be minimum 1 space per turn.
Yeah.
Only diagonally or straight forward. No sideways movement.
Yeah.
Done. So, placing my dice. We go up to 1 and then 2 and then we get to our first corner.
Yeah.
So, corners are slightly different in Dirt compared to GT. As you'll notice, there are speed limits, just like in GT, but there's no central line. How does this work? What's this? Well, there are 2 ways to take a corner in Dirt. You can either cut around the inside sharply, it's a lower speed limit, but generally less spaces, or you can drift around it, as any good rally driver does,
That's true.
which is more spaces, but allows you to maintain a higher speed. Now, with a GT mentality, you'll probably go, why? Why would I not take the longer route round? I want to go as far and as fast as possible. But the thing is, with Dirt, you can't measure the effect of a tile on its own.
Yeah.
Everything that comes before it and everything that becomes after it makes the world of difference.
Yeah.
And sure, you can get really quickly around that tile. In this case, I've got a straight after it. No worries. I can go straight. I am going to go straight through it. I'm going to I'm going to coast right through it, come out in 3, 4, and then probably finish in 5 here, so I have time to slow down and take the next corner. If I didn't have that straight, though, why would I be interested in coming out in a high speed or using up all my coast dice when I have to go straight into another corner?
It's true.
Maybe I need space to slow down or to speed up, and that's one of the really strategic elements of Rallyman Dirt.
It's absolutely true.
So that I don't blow this first turn, after that beautiful explanation, I roll my dice 1 by 1. So, we're good. Still good. Holding steady. And we're fine. Obviously, these 2 dice, even if I get warnings, I'm fine.
Yeah,
so, I end up here.
Okay.
And now, at the end of a turn, you take a time card. Now, time cards basically replace the speed tokens from GT, but they have another use. They go from 1 to 6, so the gears you can be in GT and Dirt, and each one has a time on them. And you take the card associated with the gear you finished in, which gives you a time. So, that first round, or that first turn rather, took me 15 seconds. So that's 15 seconds on the clock for this first turn, and obviously the aim of the game in Dirt is not forcibly to finish the track first, it's to finish with the best time. Hence why second tokens, once again, are super important. And sometimes you're going to want to go, listen, maybe I want to go further, maybe I need to end my turn faster. What's my positioning? Where are the others? Has somebody sprayed mud all over one of the corners so I have to slow down? What other dangers are coming up? It's a completely different mentality, and I say this from experience, because when we started working on this after having worked on GT for so long, we were like, why would I ever drift a corner?
I was really confused by that. When we first started working on this game, I could not understand what drifting was for, and now that I've played a couple of games of, in fact, from the very first time I played Dirt, I immediately got it. It really is a completely different strategy and a different kind of feel to the game completely.
Exactly. So it's a completely different experience from GT, which we're proud of, which is what we wanted. Goes really back to the roots. But once again, it is a solo game, but it's not a solo game. You are against the track, not the other players, but that doesn't mean the other players don't have an effect on you.
We were getting in each other's way.
Yeah.
So, speaking of which, you've got another turn to play.
So I do have another turn to play. Why, Jamie, are you playing another turn? That's the question everybody's asking. Well, as I said, in rally racing, the parts are staggered. That means that a car goes, you wait 5-10 minutes, then the next car goes. In Dirt, that's represented by the fact that we do the first round, the first player starts. The second round, the first player plays again, then the second player starts. In a third theoretical round, the first player would play, the second player would play, and then the third player would start. And then we have a little bit of distance between each of the cars. Doesn't mean we won't catch each other up, don't worry. But we have a bit of space.
So we have a comment from Kevin Clark saying, you didn't use the brown coast dice, and he's absolutely right. However, you only got 1 warning.
I did.
So even if you had used the brown, I feel bad. If Jamie wins now, it's not deserved. Default victory for
But in playtesting, I will do anything. I have thrown my time on a stage before just to not have to go first in the next one. That's how strategic this gets. I don't want them leader dice.
In Jamie's defence, I was first player last time he played, so he hasn't ever had to kind of get to grips with the
I have, but I have literally... I have been a couple of times, but I have literally thrown my time in test games on rallies, because once again, we're playing a stage, but this is a game of rally, my friends. And time is everything.
True.
Anyway, sorry, so without further debate, so my second round, my first turn, and then you will enter. So I'm in fifth, so my card time not only gives me my time, but it also tells me what gear I'm in for my next turn. So, here we come to a new corner and a new set of rules. Same idea. We either go sharp round the inside or we drift round the outside. I just love doing that. I love that movement. I'm on camera, I'm live, but I don't want to do
You can do the screechy turn noise as well if you want. Like, actually, we recommend that you do.
It helps. It brings you better dice luck, of that I am convinced. So, however, two new elements here. The dotted lines and this little symbol here. So what are they? First of all, we have the slide spaces. So you can actually start and or end your turns earlier or later. Which is basically represented by this dotted line transforming these two zones. Yeah, exactly. So instead of going into them like this, you can go into them like this. Which turns this one space into two spaces.
And again, I couldn't understand this when I first started playing Rallyman. Like, why would you do that? It goes above, like, against everything that I learnt when playing GT, which was get as far ahead as you can, as fast as you can yesterday.
Exactly.
So, but you guys are going to see why it's so useful.
So, basically... once again, it gives you more space to moderate your time and your speed and your distance, which is very strategic. It may not seem like it right now, but as we play more turns, you will see.
Yeah, especially when you crash, take a damage token and no longer have any brakes.
That happens. So, second, this little space here. So, it's a known fact, rally drivers have a very loose understanding of the limits of the road. The definition of a corner to a lot of them is sometimes a bit blurred. And that's represented in this game by shortcuts. So, we're talking all about drifting or going tight round it or sliding into a corner. Just cut it off completely. Just, what are barriers for? We don't know. Go straight through the shortcut and just cut the corner out completely. So there is a speed limit. So 2 would be the speed limit in this case. But it counts as a space. So I could go 1, 2, 3, and then I'm out. No corner whatsoever. Once again, Rallyman GT idea, why would I not take the shortest route? But in a dirt situation, once again, it all depends on what is the situation. Who's in front of you, who's behind you, what's coming up next, what was behind that corner, who knows?
Can I slow down in time to do that?
Exactly. Is it worth taking 20, 30 seconds on your time card from the last turn in order to be at the right speed to gain a couple of spaces and take that square? Plus, that's not the only downside. So, damage tokens, they're back. Everybody's favourites. They are now double-sided. Well, technically they were double-sided before, but now they have different effects. One side is your classic damage token, which you guys are going to recognise. The other side, however, is the shortcut tokens. So if I go into that shortcut, I must take a token from this bag and see what happens.
You always have to take a token from the damage bag if you take a shortcut. That's the downside.
Now, it's not forcibly damage. There are 3 different effects. You're either fine, or you spray mud on debris and just general trash all over the rest of the corner, which slows down the speed limitations on that corner, which can make some zones impracticable, or just slow people down in general. Or you blow a tyre, which ain't good.
It's not.
Because once again, we come back to damage in this game. In GT, because the...
Pit stop.
When you had the pit stop. So you took too much damage, quick pit stop, and we're off again. But in dirt, there is no pit stop.
No.
And that's in the circumstances of one special stage, right? This is not Rallyman's stage, or it's not Stage Man, it's Rallyman. The idea is to do a rally. And once again, when you take a risk, you go through a shortcut, you blaze through something, you take more risk than you normally would. You go, I'll take a couple of damage tokens, doesn't matter. Like, I've got 2 more squares or 2 more tiles till the end of the race. Okay, sure. But what happens if there's no assistance, i.e. pit stops, at the end of this stage, and you have to do another stage with that damage? That changes your entire mentality, I can assure you. It makes you consider even the simplest flat-out rolls. Even rolling 3 dice can become terrifying if you're already got a little bit of damage and you know you won't get repairs at the end of this stage, but at the end of the next one, changes everything.
Yeah, because if you know you're going to have to be dragging your broken ass car around the roads with no brakes, which is what was happening to me earlier, then you kind of think twice about taking like the major risk. You'll still do it because why wouldn't you? But So anyway, play your turn.
Play my turn. So I was in 5th. So I'm gonna start. If I come down into 3 there, I can then. So I'm down to 5th. I'll go into. I want to skip. I want to break through 3 though. I don't want to break 2 3s so I can come out in said speed.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we'll do is I'll take the shortcut. Spoken about it for so long, I might as well show you guys how it works.
True.
So we are going to go 4, sliding into the space.
Okay.
Actually, it doesn't really matter. We're going to go into there. Then we will break from 4 to 2.
Yep.
Okay. Then we'll come out in 3. And then, well, we'll do 1 more gas. Sounds good?
Okay.
Okay. And because you did it in the last game, I'm going to do it in this game.
Lead a dice.
Lead a dice. Lead a dice. Won't be
Lead a
had.
dice.
She won't be had a second time, ladies and gents. Okay, here we go. Curses.
Yes.
Okay.
There he goes.
This is like a play-by-play replay from your run.
It is. You've basically done exactly the same thing.
First of all, I get my tokens.
You do.
So I get 1, 2, 3, 4 tokens. You don't get them for the break dice, same rules.
You can have 3.
Okay. So then I get to replace my dice. Just like in GT, I can place them wherever I like. I have to use the same dice that will roll with the same faces, and at the end of my replacing of the dice, a loss of control must occur for one reason or another. Okay? So, we are going to go to... you still have to take into account the danger levels of tiles.
Yeah.
Obviously, these are both orange. This one was red, so that's fine. Honestly, down to 3 to 2... Yeah, with these dice, I'm literally just going to do the same path that I would have done. So I'm in 2, wait, did I?
2,
No, sorry.
break 2, then
3, and then boom. Okay, so I'm going to finish here. Tick.
So you are in 3.
I am in 3rd. So, it's almost as if we planned it. Now I get to explain how you calculate loss of control. Just like in Dirt, we have danger levels on the tiles. Yellow, orange, red. Or rather, safe, medium, and very dangerous. Okay? However, you'll notice on these new dashboard cards, there are no blips, there are no markers, there is no grid that tells you how much damage.
No.
Because the damage is on the back of these bad boys. So you actually flip these round, and on the back of each one is a 0 side. So this represents a loss of control. I would crash off to the side of the track.
Yep.
Okay. I would take a minute. So I lose a lot of time. That's the worst part about it. But on top of that, I have to take damage.
Yeah.
So we see the blips next to the little symbols.
Yep.
Obviously, orange. This is an orange tile.
Yep.
I will take 1 token from the damage bag. And I must also take my shortcut token. So, shortcut token first. So, you can tell it's a shortcut token because of the little symbol on the side. As you can see, it says OK, therefore I am OK. Georgina's pulling a face because she didn't get an OK when she did the same thing.
I didn't.
So, just like in GT, that stays on my dashboard, doesn't go back into the bag right now. And then I take 1 more token. Hoppa. So that is a gear damage.
Oh.
So I can only use 5 gear dice now.
I take back my dirty look from earlier. Fine.
Okay, so I'm on the side. Obviously, I'm going to come back on next turn. I'm going to keep going, but I've lost a lot of time. Going to have to make up for that somehow.
Yeah.
That is the end of my second turn. So now, George, you enter the track.
Okay, let's do it. So, 1, 2. I don't have to use the brown dice. 2. Coast. 3.
Good thing you're playing,
4,
Aaron. Good thing for
5.
Georgina, anyway. I was going to cheat my way through this game. And thank you, Kevin. Yes, we're pretty happy with the brake mechanics. Some of you will notice there is no weather change. We haven't talked about it. There isn't in Dirt. The roads are treacherous enough. We were telling ourselves that whether it's wet or not, it's still pretty death-defying. So we got rid of that, and we have the shortcut addition now, shall we say? Okay, that's my 10.
No worries. I rolled my dice 1 by 1 because, to avoid crashing on my first turn. So I finished in 5. I took my 5 time card. And
exactly.
Your turn.
So you took the same kind of track, the same line as me, I think.
I did, yeah.
So even though players don't all start at the same time, there is the staggering. which means that some players, they might have to wait 10, 15 minutes for the other players to play before they actually start playing. You can use this time very effectively to see what other players do, what lies do they take, what mistakes do that make, what kind of successes do they have, and that can really help you plan your own trajectory.
That's true.
Anyway, so we have the new round.
We do.
Now, in GT, the order of play used to be speed, because speed was everything, and then distance, and then position.
Not anymore.
But because this is rally racing, it's kind of the same, but almost not. It's distance first, then speed, then position.
Yeah.
So, in this case, even though I haven't suffered loss of control, and I'm in gear 0, I am the furthest along the track.
Yeah.
I count as being in the space adjacent to where I lost control.
Yeah.
So, I will still play first.
Yeah.
If me and Georgina were neck and neck, she's in 5th gear, I'm in 0, she will play first.
Yeah.
And if we were both at the same speed, whoever was in the inside of the next or current corner would play first.
Yeah.
Okay?
So we've got Aaron saying draw a token for the shortcut as well. So maybe we've already answered this, but he did. So he only had to draw one damage token as the result of the crash, and the second damage token was for the shortcut. And that's when you flip it over, and it's got the little sort of like arching symbol there to show that it's a shortcut.
Yes. That's the one.
Double-sided.
Exactly. So, I start my turn again, which is a shame because I'm in 0, so I won't be able to demonstrate to these lovely people how jumps work. That's on you this time. So,
I'll do my best.
Obviously, we're going to go 1, 2. Now, this is the upside to crashing. You start in gear 0 again, which can give you a really good line through the track to come. So, 3. Actually, do I say 2, 2? Oh, it doesn't actually give me that good a line at the moment. Can do 1, 2, 3. Can skim through that. Oh, actually not greatly positioned. I take back what I said. You know what? I'm actually going to do 4 and 5. So I'm going to slide into this corner and accelerate super hard with the objective of breaking into the corner next turn.
Okay.
So this is a prime example of why you would choose to go not as far.
Yeah.
By using this space to gain more speed.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go as far, but I'm going to save a lot of time. Yeah. If this works, we shall see. So I'm going to roll them one by one. What was it? Up. So fine. Number 2. Fine. Number 3. Also, this way, nobody can accuse me of not taking the leader dice. Up. Number 4. That's fine. And number 5. We're fine. So up, back on track. Along we go. Slide into this space and finish here.
Okay.
Now, some of you might be saying, especially when we're drifting around corners, the positioning of the car is cool, always cool to see a car drift. But it is very important, because in this game, the overtaking rules are the same as with GT. You have to be at the same speed or higher when you are adjacent to another vehicle. Yeah. However, you can't overtake a vehicle that is drifting or sliding. So it does have an impact on the players behind you as well. They can follow you in by performing the same maneuver, so they can slide after you, but they obviously can't go into the same space or overtake you. So that's to consider too, should somebody catch up to you.
Yeah.
So there we go. I didn't get that far, but I saved a lot of time.
You did.
As an example, if I somehow managed to get a little bit into this corner and I finished in 3rd, I would have taken an additional 15 seconds, where I've already lost a minute, so trying to scrape these seconds back right now, to gain 1, maybe 2 spaces. Is it worth it? Only time will tell.
Okay, this is going to be my move. Okay. So I'm going to do pretty much the same thing you attempted to do, but I'm going to roll one by one or all at once. Am I feeling lucky?
Punk.
No.
Plus, you have an obligation to show these good people how the jumps work.
It's in my contract.
There we go.
Have to do the jump. So I was absolutely fine. I don't know what I was worried about. I end up here. I am in speed 3, so I take a 3 time card and then put it there, and that's the end of it.
Arnold, very interesting question. Is 0-0 gone now? So no missing an entire round since the goal is time rather than finishing first. You are exactly right, my friend. Yes. In this game, the idea is just to keep the flow of the game moving. Crashing is already pretty violent. Like, the chance of you getting damage in this game is higher than GT, because obviously clipping a concrete barrier and scratching your paint and maybe, busting your wheel a bit is generally less harsh than hitting a tree at full speed. So, it's a different thing to take into consideration. That's it. And once again, speed is everything. losing a minute is punishment enough, trust me. So,
Sure is.
anyway, you have finished your turn, you've taken your card. New round, both the players are on the track, so now we go to the normal turn order. Who is furthest on the track? It's still me. I go first.
Yep.
So,
I'm catching up.
obviously, I'm going to have to, as I said, break down into 3, slide gracefully around these corners, and then I will go, yeah, let's save some time. So I'm going to slide out of this corner as well, and then go try and end my turn in 6th.
Oh.
Once again, using those slide corners, right distance, right speed, good time. That's the idea anyway, I say that. Here we go. So rolling them one by one again, because this is the big thing. Georgina is already, how many seconds you on for your...
I'm at 15 and 30, so 45
So she's 45 seconds, and she is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces behind me. I'm currently at minute 30. I've double her time at the moment.
Yeah.
And she can see my time. So at the moment, she's winning. So we shall have to see.
For now.
But once again, if I save time now, I can take more risks later, or we'll see what happens. Rolling now. Okay, there's number 1. Number 2, we're good.
Get as far as you were hoping.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh, holding steady. It's holding steady.
I hate your luck.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, so Jamie finishes here.
Did you coast?
I did. Coasted.
You're cheating
I'll
again.
re-roll.
Take those out.
So bad. I'm so bad. Ah.
Thanks, Kevin.
Hey, you, Kevin. No pledge for you. Okay, so that one was fine, and that gives me 2. Okay, right. I will get used to this eventually.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I know this game. So, there we go. I finished there, just before a corner. I'm going to do the same strategy next time. I'm going to try and break down into it and slide around it. Once again, sacrificing distance to try and scrape some speed back. Anyway, a 6 card, please. Thank you. And now, the jump.
Jumps. Okay, so I'm going to take the jump. So, 4. As long as I hit the jump at the speed that it says, it will allow me to jump 1 space after it, which means I will land.
Exactly. So you'll notice that in rally racing, a lot of the time, just like they have a very rough relationship with the boundaries of corners, I'm pretty sure rally drivers aren't a big believer in physics or gravity, for that matter. They tend to spend an inordinate amount of time in their cars without touching the ground.
It's true.
Which makes for an impressive sport, that's for certain. But this is my favourite anecdote in the game, because this game was so much fun to write the rules for and to kind of troubleshoot and problem solve, because the rules are, as Georgina explained, if I hit that bump, or if I hit that jump at the speed indicated on it, I skip a space. If I hit it at a speed higher than the one indicated on it, I skip 2 spaces. If I do it 3 or more, I go 2 spaces, then it's a loss of control direct. So, yeah, obviously. But that raised some interesting questions like, okay, you jump, but where can you land? You know? Can you land on other players?
Not on top of another car.
Yeah, obviously. So that one's easy. That one's a no. Because obviously we had the rule, one car per square. Easy. Then we have the question of, okay, well, it's not really going to apply here, but can I land in a corner? You know?
Yeah.
Nothing's stopping me right now. I skipped 2 spaces. That's the rule as we had written it at that point. And I was like, okay, well, you know, let's have a look at rally. Let's Google rally drivers drifting off jumps. I implore you to Google search that.
Yeah.
It's worth your time.
It is.
Because they do. They take jumps 2 meters off the ground perpendicular to the track. It is a thing. They hit the ground, they drift around a corner, and away they go. So the very simple answer, after having giggled at a couple of completely... They must have been photoshopped. I swore they were photoshopped at first. A couple of very unrealistic photos. The simple answer to that question was yes. Yes, you can land in a corner. You have to respect the speed limitations, obviously, but you can.
Yep. It's true.
Anyway, so
I only rolled 3 dice.
Yep.
So I rolled them all at once because, you know, why wouldn't you? I have actually... So I took the jump, I jumped the extra space, and I'm finishing my turn here in 5th.
Mm-hmm.
So I take a 5 time card. Joe was advising me to take the white dice into... Joe's just saying I should take the white dice just to my side so you can start to...
Yeah.
And you know what?
Hey, that's the thing. You can actually do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm just going to do that.
Now as Kevin Clark, I get stuck with the non-sexy dice.
Yeah, so that is it. That's the end of my turn, and you get to play again.
Okay then. Well, Away we go.
Catching up. Because I didn't move very many spaces on that turn, but I have managed to keep a pretty high speed, and I'm pretty ready for the next the next
But you can do the same thing as I just did if you wanted to.
Anyway,
so I have no choice. I'm going to have to slam the brakes on this one as we come up to the next attraction of today, the water hazard.
Yes.
Water hazards, the rules are very simple. You must go through them with either a coast dice or a gear 1 dice. Anything else, you basically either slam the nose into the water or rear up and you flood the engine. Simple as. So you basically end your movement there. So what I am going to do is I'm going to slam my brakes into 4th to take this corner in a drift, as you do.
You're looking for your coasts and they're there.
Yeah, I know they. I was actually looking for the line. Right. So the difference between 3 and 4 is 10 seconds. How do I want to play this? I do need to think about distance a little bit and the next corner. Yeah, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up, we're going to try and get through this water hazard and set up for that next corner. So we're going to go 4, down to 4, then 3, then coast, and end our movement in 3rd in the water. In theory.
Okay. Okay.
Do I risk it? Because she's catching up and her time is still good.
Oh, she is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Lord, she's coming. Come on, then. Oh, here we go. Oh.
God damn it. Who is that lucky?
Zen behind the wheel, my friend. Right, so Jamie gets there. I also take 4 seconds, please.
4.
If you would be so kind. I'll take my unsexy dice back. There we go. And I will take a gear 3. Boop. There it is.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Well, I'm breaking down to 3. I'm going to drift around the outside of this corner.
I thought I was going to regret that roll as well, Aaron, but luckily...
5. So I'm going to do it slightly differently to you. I'm going to end my turn in 5th, which is going to cost me 5 seconds compared to you, but my next turn might go better. Maybe. Maybe.
I mean, you don't have to break to get into that. You could actually you could break into 3 and get some extra distance.
Yeah.
Also that idea.
I could do that. I thought of that. That's what I was going to do. Okay. Oh, God.
Also, guys, obviously we're playing. You guys are following. You guys are catching my mistakes.
I mean, we're having fun.
Georgina, thanks you. But feel free to ask any questions you may have. If you haven't quite understood a rule, if I've blabbered through it too much, you have any questions about the Kickstarter, about stuff available on the Kickstarter, what's coming next, feel free to bombard us.
Damn it. Why?
Got too greedy.
I did.
Okay, how are you going to do this?
I don't know. Right.
Now, this is a dangerous tile. So I would definitely try and get off it, if you can.
I don't think I can. Because my first danger was here, and then I have 1, and then, I can't.
No, you can't.
I can't.
Yeah, that might be the best you can do, I'm afraid.
Footballs. Okay, right, fine.
So
I'm here.
Yeah, somewhere on this cliff face right here. Well, actually, we don't know, because there are crash cards, but you can get lucky. Do we use the Sisu tokens?
I'm going to spend it.
Okay, I'm going to let us spend it, just so we can explain what it does. So this is exactly as you guys remember it from GT. There are now Sisu tokens in the core game. Why in the core game and not in the Kickstarter expansion this time? Because they were in the core game of the original Rallyman, so we wanted to put them back in there. They work exactly the same. In the case of a flat-out roll, they remove any loss of control.
Yep.
And in the case of a roll by 1, you can no longer suffer a loss of control, due to dice rolls.
Okay. So I've played my Sisu token. Yep. Does that mean that I still end where I'm supposed to?
No, you still end where you plan to end.
Okay, well, I was gonna end here in 5th.
Yes, of course. No, yeah, you can end there and you're in 5th, but you have no more Sisu token.
So it's a one-off, save your bacon, which definitely just did mine.
And you still take your tokens. Your seconds.
I still take my tokens.
The power of the Sisu token. Now, you guys can use these however you want. We've put rules for them into the game, but we've left the implementation of them pretty loose. You can give 1 to each player if you're feeling super generous.
Yeah.
I like to use them as a handicap. So if I'm playing with new players, they have a CG token, you don't.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
That's
a nice idea.
We've done rallies where people have one CG token for the entire rally, so the 3 or 4 stages in the rally. It's up to you. We've had it so that people get it back after a certain time, whatever you guys want. Anyway, it's one of the rules modules, one of the optional things at the back of the rulebook. So, end of your turn, you finished in 5th. Didn't that all go well? So, as I said, I'm set up for this corner. What are you giggling
Jonathan
at?
Williams says, Georgina's always flat out. I can stop anytime I want.
Yes, trees will stop you.
Yeah.
So, number 2, number 3. Obviously, this has allowed me to set up nicely for this turn. Do I actually... once again, I might put a tricky one here. So, 1, 2, 3... Obviously, that's another thing when I'm trying to get up to these speeds so I can save time. I'm also rolling more dice, so I'm kind of increasing my chances of messing this up. Anyway, 4, and then I think I have to go 5. That is the best I can do, because if I go into there, even if I slide into there in 6, 4, 3, 3, 3. Oh no, I could eventually... I'm going to put it there, and I'm going to see if I roll it or not. We'll see how I feel by the time I get there. So obviously, I can stop anytime I want. Rolling 1 by 1, here we go. So, we're off to a good start.
Yep.
Yep. Come on. Yes, we're still good. Ooh. Wait, no, I'm doing this wrong again.
What? Oh, yeah, you are.
I caught myself this time.
I'm taking these back. I'm not allowed.
Uppla. Okay, number 2.
Okay. So... You know what? It's kind of the point of doing this kind of maneuver. You have to reasonably. You have to stop when you
absolutely.
Because my thing is always I'm going to roll the dice 1 by 1, and then I get 2. I'm like, I'll be fine. I'll just roll 1 more, and then a crash.
I just want to roll 1 more, man.
I'm
going to spend 1 second to secure this 5 dice.
Yeah.
But I won't roll the 6.
Okay.
I'll leave it there.
Okay.
Up. I'm going to stop there in 5th.
Okay.
Take my unsexy dice back. And I will take a number 5 card, please.
You good?
Yes, Joe. I caught myself this time, I know.
Okay. So, I'm here in 5th. No more shenanigans.
Now, Daniel, thank you. We had a lot of things with the brands. People have expressed an interest in the brands, and they wanted to know more behind them. Obviously, you spotted it's just our names, basically.
Yeah.
But in this campaign, stay tuned, because you yourself will get to be a brand, maybe. Say no more.
No. Yes. 3. So this slide is obviously a... Actually, no. Why am I doing that? That's dumb. Let's do this. That's a great idea. 4, 5. 5, and then...
What are you thinking?
I'm going to do that.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I'm gonna go flat out, because what could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
No.
Yeah.
She's
okay.
fine.
So I'm
She's
in
fine.
5th, and I end up here.
Okay.
I was sort of there. Blah. Okay.
All right.
This is going well for me.
Miraculously.
Thanks, Sisu Token.
Okay. Right. Well, she's gaining on us, lads. She's gaining.
Yes. Brother.
Let's see if we can slow her down. Tempted to take this shortcut again. I'm in 5th. I can slide into 4th, down to 2, come out in 3.
Oh, there's that juicy shortcut.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Are you not going too fast, though? How fast are you?
Well, I can slide.
4.
I can go into this space. I don't even need to slide.
Yeah.
Break down into 2. Emphasis on the breaking, not the breaking down. Come out in 3rd here. And then unsexy dice. Slidey unsexy dice. Actually, do I? 4th, 5th. Down to no. I need to end in 4th. I could do 4, 5. That would allow me to.
5? Where?
Well, here's the thing. Because at the end of the day, what was interesting about Coast Dice and GT, what is still interesting about Coast Dice is that it allows you to maintain a certain speed whilst having half as much chance of getting a danger. Almost. Well, actually, no, that's wrong. My math is wrong, but you get the point.
Yeah.
But in this situation, maybe I just want to roll gear dice and accelerate and finish in a higher gear, which is what I might do.
Except you can't.
Except I can't. Curses! Curse my inability to write rules.
Put your ugly dice and roll them.
Okay, let's do this. Number 4. Oh.
You've got seconds you can spend.
I believe in the dice. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Why do you do this to me, game?
Look, you've got a nice 3 seconds there that you could spend. No, I'm not. Going to finish in 3rd, 2nd, 2. No, I'm actually going to spend 1 to secure this dice up, so I can go here. Okay. But the other one I will not use. Right.
And there we go. So I was in 3rd, please. Gear 3. Once again, with the idea of setting up for that next corner, all that kind of thing. Off you go.
Yep. Here I go. So. So I'm going to break. I'm going to break down to 3. Where's my 3? There it is. Breaking down to 3. Mm-hmm. 4. I could. Did you take the shortcut?
Oh,
did you draw your token?
I know, I didn't. It's been a long day, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long day. Right, we ready for this? Because you've reminded me, but this could be bad for you. Hopla.
Oh, no, yeah, it could.
Yes, it is.
God damn it!
Excellent.
What? Ah!
Didn't save her that time, did you, Aaron? Anyway, so this is the famous -1 token, as we explained later. So this is me basically going through the shortcut and spraying mud and debris everywhere as I go. So now all the speed limits, apart from that shortcut on the tile, is reduced by 1. Now that can actually reduce speed limits to 0, in which case they become unusable, which forces other players to go through the shortcut.
Yes. I mean, I was gonna anyway, but
but now it's just confirmed your will to do it.
I do 4 coast, 3, 2. Yeah, it's kind of like a choice at this moment I have to make between keeping my super high speed or just trying to be as close as possible to. What do we think?
What do we think, George? Risk it for a biscuit? Actually, to be honest, you can't even go into that corner in 6 anymore because you just won't be able to slow down.
No.
That -1 makes a big difference. Once
it
again,
does.
You have to use the leader dice as the leader, but this is the kind of thing you can do to people behind you. It can change things. Oh, lovely. And you gain 3 seconds.
I have 3.
So how many do you have at the moment? You have a lot, like 13 to my 6.
No, 11.
Oh, 11. Sorry.
11.
Ooh. Okay, right.
Ooh, Bob Krell's just told us that he's gone all in with the Gearhead pledge. Wow.
Welcome to the club, my friend. Welcome to the club. So, just because there seems to have, I was just looking at a couple of questions on the Kickstarter page. So, as you guys may have noticed, we kind of changed a few things with the way we do our projects. Concerning things like limited exclusive content and stretch goals.
That's true.
We stopped doing stretch goals with our last campaign, Pictura, because we found that it was much easier for us to organise and plan out, and it allowed you guys to know exactly the kind of material you were getting from the start. So that's the same thing now in this campaign. No, obviously we are funded, excellent, but whether we fund 50,000 or 500,000, you guys get the same stuff, you know you're going to get it, whatever happens. If we get super high, maybe we'll add some stuff, we'll see how it goes, you never know. But that makes it a lot easier for us and for you guys, I think. And also we have a new kind of policy, it's more of like an editorial line, to be honest, concerning exclusive content, because we sell a lot in retail. We've always designed our games to have a life after Kickstarter. So to support our distribution partners, our store partners, everything like that. And when you do that, but you have basically time-locked content, you do cut people out of the loop. And our player base that buys through retail, bearing in mind that is something we encourage. I mean, you can buy Rallyman GT during this campaign, but if you have a look at the page, we have specifically put, do try to think to buy it from your FLGS because, support your local store and everything. But we do have exclusive content, but it's only exclusive in the price now.
Yes.
You guys, you get it for free. You get the core box, the 110%, which we'll talk more about later, and what we're calling the co-pilot pack, or in the case of GT, also available here, the adrenaline pack.
Yeah.
That is the Kickstarter exclusive content, but it's not exclusive anymore, nor is it really Kickstarter content. You will be able to buy it
Just stuff
afterwards, so people that aren't in the campaign or don't know if they want to pledge now or whatever, they can still get it later, but it will come at a cost, whereas you guys get it for free, and that's our thanks to you for supporting us, for helping us do this. And it's the first time we've done it. We did quite a lot of, I want to call it soul searching. We asked a lot of our backers, a lot of our retail and distribution partners what they thought.
I think that on top of that, something we've been really blown away by since with Rallyman since it's come out is just the community that's grown around it. Yeah. And the amazing thing has been to see like all the online rallies that have been happening, all that kind of stuff. It's been really amazing to see. And we've had a lot of people say to us, yeah, but what if I want to play in an online rally and I want to play with the bridge? And I don't have it because I bought in retail. And so I'll be honest,
the bridge is what made this happen. It's the bridge and the soft tyres. That's what we really noticed. A lot of people just couldn't play with them. And this isn't even a question like a FOMO or completionism. I hate FOMO. I don't like it. I don't like being subjected to it. I know that a lot of people do it, and it's their choice. But it's something we did because it was kind of like the Kickstarter mentality. It's what everybody did. It's what you do. But as we've kind of, I suppose, come into our own as publishers and the kind of games we want to develop and fund on Kickstarter, we just found that it was harming more than it was helping. So we prefer to give you guys a big discount. I mean, just the core pledge is like €35 compared to like retail price. So that easily pays for shipping and everything else. Rather than lock the rest of the community out, because the community is big in Rallyman. The community is important to us. And the more people that can race with these contents is the more people that can race with you guys. So once again, sorry, gone off on a bit of a tangent there, but kind of wanted to get that one out. We've put a big text onto the Kickstarter page. It will be redone, or it will be reposted in the update that will be coming soon once we finish this. But just wanted to get that out there. It's the first time we've done it. We don't have a monopoly on truth, as I like to say. So let us know what you think. This is a test as much for us as it is for you. The
idea is to just try and keep it as inclusive as we can, and make sure that nobody feels that they can't get access to the whole experience just because they happen to not log on to Kickstarter during the 3 weeks we were there. So if you like it, then great. Let us know.
So going back to the original post, sorry, Bob, thank you for pledging. I really hope you enjoy both the games. These are both standalone games. Going to repeat that. But you'll notice same scale, same tiles, similar material. It would be a shame if there wasn't some kind of tarmac-based motorsport that involved rallying and could bring both of these games together. But what do I know? Don't know. There we go. Anyway, sorry, moving on with things. Just so you guys know, I think we'll do like another turn or so.
Okay.
Do we finish this or do we leave it on a cliffhanger?
Who do you think was going to win?
Obviously, I would love to finish this game, but obviously behind the cameras, everything you're seeing, we have our technical team. It's been a long day. It's already pretty late. We'll do one more round and then we'll call it there. Hope you guys don't mind, but don't worry, we will be back.
We will.
Very shortly with more stuff. I mean, straight out of this, we have updates to post and stuff, people to thank. And oh boy, we haven't even told you about 110% yet, and you guys are going to love that, trust me.
We'll also have some really fun stuff planned for during the campaign, including, we hope, fingers crossed, a rally here with Mr. Bouvier himself, the Rallyman. He's he is going to come here and take us on. And we're ready. We were born ready.
We think we're ready.
Our bodies are ready.
Nobody's ready for JC. Nobody's ready for JC.
We're going to do our best, and it will be fun and possibly embarrassing.
No, unsexy dice, Jamie. Unsexy dice.
We have some other really fun stuff planned as well. This is going to be a really cool campaign. We're
psyched.
We're
super psyched.
You might be able to tell because we're a bit manic, but we are psyched for this. And we've already funded. We've already funded.
Actually at 50,000 right now.
What?
That's the fastest we've ever funded a campaign.
Wow, guys, you guys are crazy.
On our scale, obviously, you guys have no doubt taken part in bigger Kickstarter campaigns than what we do. but on our scale, this is amazing. And if we're hyped, it's because of you guys.
Yeah.
The community, I can't thank the Rallyman community enough. It has been,
great.
Yeah, it's just been an amazing experience. And we do this as much to have fun with you guys as we do for ourselves, trust me.
Right, roll them dice.
So, rolling them dice. All right, it's the last roll of the night. Here we go.
Yes. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 second tokens. I'll take one of those nice golden ones, please. Boop. Boop.
Okay.
And however, gear 2, not the best.
Slow.
Thank you.
Okay.
Your turn.
Yeah, you. I can't see how you could have managed that any other way, really.
No. Well, that kind of chicane.
Yeah.
It depends on once again, it depends on the tiles that are around it, the speed I was going into it.
I'm in 5th.
Speed I was coming out, all that kind of thing.
Okay, I'm in 5th. That was a good idea. That's fine. We'll be alright. So if I cut across this shortcut from here, can I come out here?
Yes, of course.
Yes,
you can come out from or you can go out. You can enter and leave through any space that is adjacent that isn't a corner space, including slide spaces.
Okay.
So whatever you need.
Fair enough.
Yes, Scott. The bridge. Scott says the bridge and soft tires were what almost kept me from buying GT when I found out about it. Yeah, and I get that.
Fine.
Like, I grew up in my friendly local gaming store. I still spend an awful lot of time in my gaming store. I play Magic, I play war games. We have a very good relationship with our local gaming store here, Le Caverne du Gobelin, the Goblin's Cave, basically. And these were one of the people we actually consulted about these changes to our policy, or our editorial line, as it were, because one of the things that I really don't like hearing about is them having a client come and go, I want this game, but I want it to be complete. I only want the version that has this, this, and this. And they go, well, we can't provide that for you. And technically nobody can because it doesn't exist on a platform you can buy it from apart from Kickstarter. And yeah, that's one of the situations we really wanted to get rid of. So I'm glad you appreciate it. And thank you for taking the dive. Even without that, once again, though, Adrenaline Pack as an add-on, all the Kickstarter stuff from the first campaign. So
we have a BGA question from Rob Robinson.
So how closely do we follow work with BGA sites? So what you have to understand with BGA is we don't directly interact with BGA. Volunteer programmers do it for us. Basically, they came to us and said, we'd love to do a module. In fact, if they are watching, Carmen Lima, thank you so much, you guys. You've done an amazing job and continue to do so. These guys are dedicated to refining the BGA experience on Rallyman.
Yeah.
The BGA module itself has been a huge help to us.
Yes.
Especially leading up to this campaign.
Just getting the word out, really.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But what I must insist on is that obviously a very fun thing is that BGA brings up a lot of very strange corner cases that you don't see in tabletop. I mean, if I can jump into another example, make this video go another 5 minutes longer. Some of you might remember the case of forcing a loss of control with the interaction of the minimum move rules and the overtaking rules. Basically, where you would force somebody to accelerate because they had to overtake you, but they had to go one space per turn, and it would make them suffer a loss of control because of certain corner rules. That is something we never saw coming. That happens in board games, you know. But also, what's fun is that only came around with the BGA module. Yeah. Until that came up in BGA, we never heard a single thing about it, and that means one of two things: either one, people did know about it, but they decided not to tell anybody about it anywhere. And when you guys know there's a problem with the game, you are very quick to let us know. That's true. You know, that's just the way it is. Or secondly, and this is what I honestly believe is the case, people were just unconsciously house ruling it.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. And you take the most kind of logical explanation.
Exactly. Well, you take the thing that feels better, and that's kind of the thing that made us. We could have left it in. You know, it is a strategic choice. It's another thing you have to consider when driving against other vehicles. Yeah. We did ask ourselves, do we leave it in? Yeah. But the fact is, it was nasty. Yeah. It didn't feel good. You know, no player gained anything through that move, but somebody lost a lot. They didn't have a say in the matter. They just lost time. Yeah. And that was it. You know, I witnessed the thing that really made me go, no, we've got to do something about this, is when I saw two players really get quite upset at each other because of it.
Well, you know,
but
you're
they
on a
were
roll.
fine.
You want to win.
Yeah, but it's not even that. Like, obviously, without going into the competitive aspect, people, there are reactions like, "Oh, you really got me there. Well done," and "Oh my, that was so unfair," or blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So, sorry, without wanting to go on for ages about that kind of thing, it's been a really interesting ride with BGA.
Yeah.
But it remains a program that we don't manage. These developers do it for us. They are volunteers, so we can't force them to do anything. Yeah. If you find a bug on BGA, submit a ticket, and they will get to it.
They will. They will. They've been really great with handling it all, because there have been quite a few corner cases that have been difficult to solve. Jamie, I want to find out who wins this rally.
Let's do this. Sorry, so I'm going to finish. I think I'm going to be able to finish. So I'm on number 2. So we go gear, and then I want to accelerate as fast as possible. So we're going to slide out this corner. We are going to keep sliding. We are going to go 5 and then 6, which means we're not going to slide up.
Jamie uses the ugly dice.
Jamie uses the ugly dice. Okay. So, when you're crossing the line, only the space after the line, after the finish line, counts when it comes to your speed and any time tokens you take.
Okay.
Okay? Now, I think I've managed to claw my way back into this, so I'm not going to risk it with a flat out. So, we're just going to roll them one by one. Okay. 3. We're good. Okay, and for 5 and 6, we're going to be fine. You're good. Okay, cool. So, Jamie gets to finish. 10. Takes a 6. Come at me.
Let's do it.
You can do this.
It's planned. Right. Break down to 1. Super Shark Corner.
Yes, Aaron, I don't think BGA has been updated yet, but once again, you know, these are volunteer guys. They've already put so much time and effort into this module. Honestly, like, even if I could, I wouldn't put pressure on them. They have lives, they have kids, they have rent to pay, that kind of thing. So it's purely volunteer based. But apart from a couple of strange cases, it's mostly good. Damn. You don't want to finish with a 6.
It's after you finish. It's after you cross the finish line. Sorry.
Space after
you
the line.
Actually have to cross the finishing line for it to
I mean, damn, if you get this, you're a turn. Oh.
Okay, I'm going to try it. But we're going.
Money is on you,
one
according to Kevin, so let's do this.
And you've made a good choice, Kevin.
Oh, okay, we're good. Okay, through the corner.
Yes.
And she's out, but will she crack at the last second? Oh, it begins. Oh, it's wobbling. Oh, it's wobbling. Damn it. There
yes, it is. Take it. Okay, here we go.
So you take a 6. Okay, so we have finished this stage.
Yep.
What happens next? Very simply, we take all of these cards that we took during the game, and we perform some basic math.
Oh,
Everybody's Achilles heel.
Nothing says a fun evening home like math. Okay, so hit me. How much have you got?
Pair of queens.
Okay. 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Hold on, I've messed this count up.
I think. Hang on. Yes.
That's a minute.
2 minutes and 10 seconds. And
that's a minute. Oh, I think you 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
2 minutes and 10
Jeez.
seconds. Hang on, have I got the right number of cards? I haven't cheated, have I? I've got 7. You should have 8.
I do have 8. Well done. No, I have 9. But once again, you finished a turn sooner.
Yes.
Once again, the importance that distance can make a big effect if you can manage it properly. So
I've got the correct number of time cards.
I think so. Yeah, I think you so. And I have 3 minutes and 40 and 40 and 3 minutes and 34 seconds. That, my friends, is a sound thrashing right there.
I didn't take my last time card.
Oh, it's only 10 seconds.
It's only 10 seconds. That's 2 minutes. That's why I had one less card. Now I'm cheating. So 2 minutes and 20 seconds minus 11, 14, 15.
Basic maths, George, come on.
2 minutes and 5 seconds. Ooh. Read it and weep!
Royal flush. And there you go. That is the result of one special stage. Obviously, I lost a lot of time at the beginning, and despite my best intentions, I could not claw it back. But, once again, as I said at the start of this race, this is a stage of a rally.
Yeah.
I lost out this time. However, you get to go first next time.
Yeah.
Because now you have the best time.
Yeah.
So those unsexy dice, well, you guys will get the sexy version, but these unsexy dice will be for you.
I don't like it so much. But okay.
And one good stage could be compensated. Sorry, one bad stage could be compensated for with a good stage. Damage will come into it.
Yeah.
You know, I still had this didn't come into effect during this game, but you know, on my starting roll for the next one, I'm only going to go up to 5. Oh, there's a lot of stuff going to be done.
You were only a minute ahead of me a minute over my time, but that's what your crash was.
That's what it was.
And my sister token saved me. Saved me.
And despite my best attempts to claw it back, just couldn't do it. But once again, this is one stage. There's 3, 4, 5, however many you want to be in a rally. Yeah. So 1 minute is not a big difference. No. It can be made up for. Yeah. And that's the real experience of Rallyman Dirt. Playing through all of these different stages.
So, Jonathan, does damage carry over into new stages? Yes, it does. At the ends of some stages, there are assistance tiles. So, if there's assistance, you get to repair your car. If there isn't, you don't. So, you have to plan how you're going to play depending on whether or not you're going to be able to repair your car at the end or not.
So, the funny thing in Rally is that between stages, a rally car has to be driven on the road or through what passes for a road in that area to the next stage.
Yeah.
Google, or rather, check out some YouTube videos. There are cars driving a couple of miles with like 3 wheels and then being put back together in 15 minutes for the next stage.
31 minutes was the like Citroen crazy thing where the
wheel was like perpendicular to the rest of the car.
It was crazy.
And like the driver's like driving like this, making sure the wheel isn't busted. It's crazy. It's crazy. But that is Rally.
Yeah.
You have to take this damage through different stages. There's no pit stop tile. There is an assistance tile, but it's only use, as it were, is a reminder that you will get to repair. And when you know you're going to get to repair, you can thrash your car. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But when you don't, make a big difference.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So, final question from JoBots. Are the unsexy dice going to be staying as poo dice, or will they be a better colour?
So first of all, it's mud, sir. All right, it's mud now. They're going to be orange, kind of like what you can see on the. I'll put them down here so the boys
they'll
can
be
zoom
an
in on it a
orange
bit.
colour.
They're more like an orange colour.
Yeah, that was just what we had in terms of
exactly. And plus, with current events, purchasing dice has been much more complicated than it should have been. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So there you have it. That was a game of Rallyman Dirt. Almost said GT with a crushing victory.
Yes.
But
for now.
But
I'll be back, ladies and gentlemen.
There will be revenge. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much for backing the campaign. Oh my God, it's going so quickly. I can't believe it.
No, we're already
you always want to believe it because it's your baby and you want it to you want it to go well. But you know. Yeah. Thank you.
Amazing. The community has just helped us, just supported us with this game so much. Thank you all so much again. Everybody on the forums, everybody painting their cars, writing up cool rules modules, posting like fucking game reports and playing on BGA and getting their friends into it, everything. It's been amazing. I love to see it. Yeah. You know, please keep on doing what you're doing. We're here to support you. Yeah. We've tried to do the best with the means available to us to support you guys through the newsletter and everything we can. And we'll keep doing as much as possible. If you guys are game for it, we most certainly are. So absolutely. There you go. So thank you all for tuning in. We will be back next week and we will be ever present in the comment section of the Kickstarter, Facebook, messages. Send us a pigeon. A lot. Yeah. Anything. Sounds about right. Have a great night, day. I don't know what time it is. I lose track whatever time frame you guys are in, and see you on the campaign trail. Bye, everyone.